Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Crackdown and welcome back to the channel. So today we have a pretty awesome video for you guys. I've spent pretty much all my Saturday preparing this video for you guys today, and it's all going to cover the new update coming February 7th to Rules of Survival. So this is a huge update in my opinion. I'm sure it's going to be huge in you guys' opinion too, once you hear about some of the stuff I have to talk about today. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about it. If you don't, I'm glad you're here. If you do, maybe I can shed some light on some things you didn't know, or yeah, so let's get into it. Let me go ahead and click right here. I have all my notes saved. So the first thing I want to talk about is probably the biggest one in my opinion, because a lot of things stem off of this, and it is the new map. So if you guys don't know, there's going to be a new map introduced into Rules of Survival starting February 7th. The old map, which if you guys don't know, is called Gilly Island. It will still be in the game. Don't worry, they're not going to stop just messing with that map completely. They're just going to add this one in here. It's going to be humongous. I don't have the size of Gilly Island right now. If I find it while I'm editing the video, I'm gonna go ahead and slap it up on the screen right now so you guys can see how big it is and compare it to the size of this new map. But the new map is called Fjord, and if I get the second part wrong, it's F-I-O-R-D. I don't know, it's Fjord, it's something. I'm probably gonna call it both throughout this video, but it is 64 kilometers or kilometers, something like that. Pretty sure it's kilometers. It's 64 kilometers big, large, whatever you want to say. That's what they have under the size tab. Now, you can find all these detailed notes for the update if you just go ahead and launch Rules of Survival. It's always the first notification. It's going to be the update notes. They can get a little detailed and not very literate, I guess. It's not always the best English and grammar and punctuation with their notes. But so I tried to break it down, get what's really important, and get some things you guys might not know or you just didn't read in the notes. So they're going to have a 300-player solo mode. That is absolutely insane. 300 players on solo. Now, they're also going to have a 120-player squad. Now, in the notes, they only identified two modes, the solo and the squad. Now, I'm sure they're still going to have fire team and duo, because further down the notes, when they start adding these new vehicles and the new guns and the new content with throughout the new update, they refer to 5 and 6 people playing on Fjord several times. So you can only assume, well, they're obviously going to have fire team because you have 5 people. So I'm sure they're still going to have duo and fire team. I think they may just be leaving those the same amount of players, but I think the only reason they're highlighting solo and squad is because of the updated amount of players that are going to be playing on that map at one time. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the new in-map items. They have these things called mines. They're like bombs on the ground. They're going to be placed randomly throughout regions, and they have it listed in the notes as anti-personnel mines and anti-tank mines. Now, I'm sure the personnel mines are just in case you walk over one. Now, it'll damage your person, and the tank mines are if you run over something, it'll damage your car and your person, I assume. I've heard some people, like, speculation when they say anti-tank mines, that there could be tanks added into the game, but there's nothing about that in the notes. So I think that's pure speculation. I do not think that's going to be introduced into the game. So these mines you can actually see on the map. They're going to be randomly spawned in every new game you have, and you can just pull up your mini map, and they're going to actually show you where they're at. So it's not like you're going to be, final 5 out of 300 players, and you're feeling good, been playing for 35 minutes, and all of a sudden you're going to walk on a mine you don't see and just explode and die. I don't think it's going to be quite like that. You'll be able to see it. So the second thing I want to talk about is Ziplines. They have Ziplines now. So this map is absolutely humongous. That's why they're adding 300 people instead of 120. They're over doubling the size, and it's because it's so massive. I'm going to throw up some screenshots of some maps, of some pictures of the new game, the new update. I'm sorry, I just can't even talk right now for some reason apparently. But I'm going to throw up some pictures of the new map. There we go. I got it out. And then some pictures of gameplay of the new update. Because it's already out in China. If you don't know how it works, this game, pretty positive, was based in China to begin with. It came to the US, obviously. But all their updates roll out in China first. The best way I can explain it to you guys or give you a comparison is if you play Call of Duty. If you know I do. I do play Call of Duty, and I used to make a lot of videos on that. But the best way I can make a comparison is if you know how the Xbox PS4 DLC works with Call of Duty. PS4 has the rights to the DLC right now, so they get it about a month in advance rather than Xbox. We get it about a month later than PS4 does. So yeah, that's kind of how it is with China and the US with updates on Rules of Survival. So the map is actually split into two sections. You have the north and you have the south. It's split by like a big river, like a canal. It's actually really cool. By this time, I'm already going to have thrown some screenshots of that up on the screen so you guys can see. So yeah, you can just tell the sheer size of this map is absolutely incredible. It's insane. I'm probably going to stick to Gili Island to begin with and slowly work myself into Fearless. I'm just going to call it Fearless. So if you hear me refer to Fearless, I'm referring to the new map that's going to be in the update. Just a little side note about the map. A lot of people, it is massive, and a lot of people are worried, while it's updating, while it's downloading, can I still play, or do I have to sit there and wait for it to download? Am I going to have to just play it? Don't worry about that, guys. When the new map rolls out, you can actually still play Gili Island while it's downloading, and you're still going to have Gili Island after it's downloaded. They're not going to take Gili Island out as far as I know, and I don't think they ever would, because a lot of people, don't want to sit down. I'm sure this 300-player solo, 120-player squad, a lot of people, this is going to take more time, and a lot of people don't want to sit down for an hour and play on their phone, and a lot of people's batteries on their phone, they're not going to last an hour playing on Rules of Survival. I know me, I can get 2, 3, 4 matches in until I'm, running for that charger trying to plug it in. But, yeah, so we're going to go to the second topic I have. That's going to be the new guns introduced into Worlds of Survival. So there's actually a little bit of confusion on my part on this one. I'm sure it's not what I think, but just from reading the notes that Rules of Survival released for the update, it's a little misleading. But I don't know. Let me say what I'm thinking, and you guys just try to understand what I'm thinking at least. So in the notes, they refer to these new weapons a lot as only being in Fearless. They never specifically state, hey, these guns and these new items are only going to be available in Fearless. But I've just it's like a theory, but I've had a thought. Well, it could be possible they could just add these new guns in, because they have 2 to 3 new guns in each class that it's like a whole new weapon set, and they could just be in Fearless. I've watched a couple gameplays of people playing, making Chinese accounts and playing in China, and I don't remember. I'm trying to think if I remember even seeing old weapons. I do remember seeing pistols like the Desert Eagle, the G19C or whatever. I do remember seeing those, but honestly, I'm trying to remember. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I don't think I saw the old weapons in the gameplays. They were always getting new weapons. But that might just be a theory. I'm thinking it could just be adding new weapons into Fearless. And if you think about it, there's a good 10 new weapons that are going to be added into the game. So 10 on top of the 10 or 15 we already have. That's going to be kind of crazy. Having 25, 30 weapons to choose from. It's just going to be crazy how they are going to have to spawn those into Gili Island, if you see what I'm saying. And there's just going to be tons of weapons. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That might just be me being my old conspiracy theorist guru I am. I don't know, but that's just what I thought. I'm sure it'll be in all game modes. I don't know, but let's just go ahead and get into the new guns. So we're gonna start off with assault rifles. So the ACR, here we go. It's gonna be introduced. It is an assault rifle with similar characteristics to an AR-15, and that's it. That's all they said in the notes. The notes on their weapons weren't the best. Some guns are going to tell you the damage and stuff, and they're going to tell you what it compares to, and other guns, they literally just say, it's kind of like this gun. So, with the ACR, it's going to tell me it's going to be almost identical to the AR-15. Maybe a few stats have changed, but I'm going to say not much at all from the AR-15. It might just be a reskinned version of the AR-15. That's what I'm worried about. But we're just going to have to wait and see on that one, because there's really no information The only information on these guns and stuff, I mean, there is some, and you can go see in the damage and all that. I haven't collected it, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Haven't went through and dug through all these gameplays on YouTube and found and compared damage yet. But I could have done that, but that would have took days and days and days and days and days. And I just want to get this video out before the 7th so you guys could, or a little bit before the 7th, so you guys could go ahead and see, you know, what you're gonna have. Because I mean, in the gameplays, I've only found a couple videos that really cover the update like this, and in all the gameplays, no one really talks about everything. I'm trying to just tell you guys everything you can expect to be added into the game. So the second assault rifle is going to be the AN-94. So yes, that would be the gun off of Black Ops 2. I just want to throw that out there. If you play Black Ops 2, that's the AK, the AN-94, that's it. They characterize it as a small caliber assault rifle with high accuracy burst fire. Now this one's a little confusing. They say with high accuracy burst fire. Then, the next line they say this gun supports both single fire and automatic options. So a little confusing there. I assume it's going to be burst, single fire, and automatic, but then they kind of make it seem like it's just going to be single and automatic. I don't know. I assume since I have all three in there, it's going to be all three. But it says it's burst, and it says it only supports single, and I'm not sure. It's kind of confusing. The power on this bad boy, they compare it to the AKM. They say it's going to be the highest powered assault rifle right behind the AKM. So that's going to be pretty awesome. This gun sounds pretty OP. Let's go ahead and jump into the second class of weapons. We have the SMGs. The first SMG we have is the Vector, so that's also off of Black Ops 2. That's pretty awesome. We have the Vector. They characterize it as a high stability, high fire rate, low damage, and low magazine size machine gun. So not my cup of tea when I come to SMGs. I like the MP7 a lot. This doesn't really relate to any gun I know of. High stability, high fire rate, so it's going to be fast, it's going to be accurate, but you're going to have to land a ton of shots, and you don't have a lot of ammo to do that. So it's going to be... I don't know. It doesn't really sound like a gun I'm going to be wanting to pick up and use, but I definitely will to get some gameplay. Whenever the update drops in US, just so you guys know, I am going to be trying to pick up every single gun, get every single vehicle, and try to cover everything I go over in this video with actual gameplay with English on the US update instead of all these Chinese gameplays and whatnot. So the second SMG is going to be the MP5. It sports a better base fire rate and more stability, along with higher hit damage than the MP7. So this sounds like just a super buffed version of the MP7. In fact, it has no negative characteristics whatsoever. Like, it literally is just saying I'm this much better than MP7. So that's pretty awesome, I guess. It has really no negative characteristics that it states. So we'll be on the watch for that one. The third one and the last SMG is going to be the P90. Literally the only description they have for this bad boy is all-around balanced SMG. That's it. So I guess it's just going to be one of those, you know, kind of okay for all combat situations. You know, probably pretty good at up close. It'll be alright at mid-range, and you're testing it long range, but it could probably be okay. It can reach the shot. So that's all for SMGs. Our next class is the sniper rifles. We have the QBU-88. It's a semi-automatic sniper with higher damage but higher recoil than the SVD. So you know, you'll get that higher damage, but you have to deal with you're not going to be sending 5 shots down range in 2 seconds like you can with the SVD. I mean, the SVD is just a buffed AR in my opinion. It just has higher damage rate. It's awesome. I love the SVD, but I'd rather rock the AWM. Just a little side note. The next and last sniper rifle is the M110, or the M110. It's a bolt-action sniper equipped with a 4x scope, and it does more headshot damage than the AWM. That's the only description they gave, so I'm assuming it's just going to be a little bit buffed up version of AWM, which that's insane to me because the AWM is my 100% favorite gun in the game. Next, we're going to go to shotguns. We have 2 shotguns. We have the SAGAI-12, or the Sega 12 is what I like to say. I think it's the Sega 12. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. It puts in the notes you can equip it with a muzzle and a scope for increased stability. So this kind of reminds me of just a base shotgun, just a base semi-auto shotgun, kind of like the AA-12. It's just saying these are some attachments you can throw on for increased stability. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be a nice new semi-auto shotgun. The last and final shotgun and the last and final new weapon going to be added is the 0 or the WRO. I'm not sure. In the notes, they look the exact same as an O and a 0. But it's a single fire shotgun that deals a ton of damage and has farther range compared to other shotguns. But the magazine only holds 1 bullet. So you have 1 shell that you can shoot. But you can probably send this thing flying down range. I'm trying to think of the gun that was in Black Ops 2. I'm trying to think of this off the top of my head. Was it the 1807, something like that? The shotguns that had super high hit rate and they looked old, like kind of like Winchesters. I don't know, but that's what it reminds me of. I can't remember the name, guys, but it's a single fire shotgun with a ton of damage and it has a good range compared to other shotguns. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump to the third topic. There's one more topic after this, but these are the new vehicles. So I'm going to try to go through these pretty quick because I'm sure you guys have seen this all over YouTube and all over Reddit and Twitter. We have the hang glider, which is an air vehicle that can hold up to 5 people. A hovercraft can travel on water and land, carries 5 people, and a truck land vehicle that holds up to 6 people. I'm sure you guys all have seen these, so I'm going to go ahead and skip on to 4, which is our other notes. Some pretty cool ones I'm just going to go through real quick. It's a added underwater breathing function. Players can go underwater in shallow water areas, which will then start to consume the oxygen bar. When the oxygen bar is empty, it will start consuming your health. So that's pretty cool, guys. We can go underwater in shallow water now. It's pretty awesome. 2 is water movement resistance. So cars and people will now be slower in the water, which is kind of Then we had vehicle camos. And then to end off this whole thing, we had players can now switch seats to the seat they want in a vehicle. Well, guys, this is going to about do it for the video. I hope this really helped you guys to understand what everything's going to be in the update, and I hope you guys really enjoyed my video. If you did enjoy the video and you stayed around to the end, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and please subscribe, guys. It really does help me out. It really makes me want to make these new videos. And hopefully when the new update drops, well, not hopefully, definitely when the new update drops, I'm going to have gameplay with all the new items I can find and I can get my hands on realistically. And yeah, so we'll have that video on my channel. Hope you guys are enjoying playing Rules of Survival. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.